Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Finn, and today guys we are going to be going through the evolution of LGBTQ rights in America, basically just throughout American history. We're going to be looking at a timeline and of all of the evolution of rights. This is going to be a bit of a larger video than usual. There were a lot more than I actually thought there were, but that makes sense. But the timeline I was looking at ended at 2022, but I assume everybody knows everything that's come from 2023 and stuff. Honestly, 2023 was full of a lot of issues. I checked, and yeah. It's kind of iffy in terms of rights for us. But let's begin with the earliest one in 1924. It's very cold out today, by the way. That's why I'm wearing a blanket over me. It is cold as hell. Alright, so, in 1924, the Society for Human Rights was established by Henry Gerber, a German immigrant and World War I Army enlistee. And it was the first American homosexual rights organization. Next, we have the Pink Triangle, which was in 1933, which was used in Nazi Germany as a way to identify male prisoners who were sent there because of their homosexuality. And in 1995, the Pink Triangle, what was it? Okay, yeah, it was installed as a memorial museum at the Dachau Memorial Museum to commemorate the suffering of gay men and lesbians. This is it right here. And then it was originally intended as a badge of shame, but it's reclaimed as an international symbol of gay pride and the gay rights movement, which is pretty cool. Next, 1955, the Daughters of Bilitis, I don't know how to pronounce that exactly, they were established. It was founded in San Francisco by Dorothy Louise Taliaferro de Martin. It's actually Del Martin. I think that was just a typo. And Phyllis Leon, also known as the first legal same-sex marriage ever in America, in the world, yeah, if I remember correctly. And then, yep, first same-sex couple to be married in San Francisco. The first gay uprising in 1959, where at Cooper Donuts, it's a popular gay meeting place based in Los Angeles, police attempted to arrest 3 people for legally congregating there, and a group of transgender women and others pelted the officers with donuts, coffee, and paper plates until they were forced to retreat and return with larger numbers. It's kind of crazy. Next, 1961, we have this one. Illinois decriminalizes homosexuality, which was awesome. Yeah, Illinois was the first state in America to decriminalize homosexuality in America, which was awesome. I've never been to Illinois, but that is really cool. Next, 1966, the Compton's cafeteria riots. In the Gene Compton's cafeteria in San Francisco, which was a popular gathering spot for the transgender community. There was a riot there, and it was one of the first LGBTQ related riots, preceding the more famous Stonewall riots, which I've talked about before. By the way, I'm probably gonna, a few of these I'll probably do a video on in the future, just like a video dedicated solely to this one event. But I feel like I can be more brief doing it as just a short timeline. And I'll also have the source for all of this listed below, which will have, there'll be some more information and videos dedicated for each one. And yeah. Next, obviously, the Stonewall riots, which I have gone over a couple of weeks, I think like 2 weeks ago. So, in 1969, June 28th, 1969, 9 policemen entered the Stonewall Inn and took several patrons into custody in accordance with a New York law authorizing the arrest of anyone not wearing gender-appropriate clothing. And then the ensuing riot lasted for 5 days. Obviously, I've talked about this before, but next we have the first gay pride week, which was in June 1970, a year after the Stonewall riot, where LGBTQ people from across New York City gathered to commemorate the first anniversary of the gay liberation movement. I've talked about this in my Stonewall riots video, which next. The first San Francisco Pride Parade, which was held on June 25th, 1972, which had 2,000 marchers and 15,000 spectators. Next, the Harvey Milk was elected on January 9th, 1978. He was elected to the San Francisco Board of Supervisors. It became the first openly gay city official in California history. Pretty awesome. All right, and then on June 25th, 1978, the first rainbow flag was established for the gay liberation movement, and it was designed by Gilbert Baker, and each color has a meaning: hot pink for sexuality, red for life, orange for healing, yellow for the sun, green for nature, turquoise blue for art, indigo for harmony, and violet for spirit, according to the wiki I was looking at. Next, 1978, homosexuality was taken out of the DSM and was no longer considered a mental disorder. I forget which version of the DSM this was, but it was replaced later on by the controversial gender identity disorder, which was later, this will come up back in a few slides, but it was later replaced with just gender dysphoria, which is in this. I have this. I'm a psychology person. I don't have the big one, but this is just a pocket guide. It's just like a desk reference version of it, which I really like. I've done a lot of stuff with this. Alright, and then, yeah. So they were in 1978, they removed, and then the disorder is entirely removed in the 1987 DSM revision. 1987, the ACT ACT UP, a coalition, AIDS coalition to unleash power, sues the Northwest Orient Airlines in protest of their policy barring people with AIDS from They sued Northwest Orient Airlines in protest of their policy barring people with AIDS from their flights, which resulted in the airline reversing the policy. In 1990, homosexuality was considered no longer a disease, which was great. May of 1990. The World Health Organization removed homosexuality from the International Classification of Diseases, which is awesome. 1991, ACT UP Day of Desperation. ACT UP organized a large demonstration delivering coffins to cities, states, and federal offices in New York City. Oh, city, state, and federal offices. Okay, I read that wrong. In New York City to protest AIDS-related discrimination, which honestly I feel like discriminate someone over a disease is stupid. I mean, all discrimination is stupid, but like discriminating somebody because they have a disease? That doesn't even make any sense. Next, executive order prevents employee discrimination based on sexual orientation. This one was good. This was done by by President Clinton. I almost said John F. Kennedy. Pretty sure he was dead already. But yeah, Executive Order 13087 was enacted on May 28, 1998 by President Bill Clinton, where it prohibits discrimination based on sexual orientation in the workforce. However, this did not extend to the military. But yeah, this was pretty big. And November 20th, 1999, and which was the first Transgender Day of Remembrance, which is coming up pretty soon, next month, guys. I'll probably do a video that day. Actually, I don't know what day that is. It's a Wednesday. So that is, I'll probably do something that day. Something cool to commemorate all of our fallen trans brethren and sisters who fell due to anti-transgender violence and bigotry. In 2001, International Gay Marriage, the Netherlands became the first country to legalize same-sex marriage, which was awesome. In 2004, the first Pride Month march specifically for transgender people was held in San Francisco. And the same year, on February 12th, Dorothy Louise Taliaferro Del Martin and Phyllis Lyon, I am really bad at pronouncing names sometimes. They were both longtime activists in the gay rights movement, and they were married after Mayor Gavin Newsom ordered the city clerk to provide marriage license to same-sex couples. Like I said earlier, they were the first same-sex marriage legalized in America. Alright, and then on September 20th, 2011, Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed, which was the full implementation of... Okay, wait. Restarting that. Don't Ask, Don't Tell, which was the policy banning gay, lesbian, and bisexual service members from disclosing their sexual identity. That was in effect for 17 years before it was repealed. Alrighty. I guess I didn't write the date for this one. And then the FDA approved Truveta as an HIV PrEP. For some reason, I'm not entirely sure why, but probably because of sexual stuff. There was a lot of AIDS and HIV stuff listed on the timeline, but that makes a lot of sense when you really think about it. But yeah, I don't know what year. I think it was early 2000s. The Food and Drug Administration approved Truveta as a HIV pre-exposure prophylaxis. I mispronounced it. The CDC estimated that new HIV infections fell 8% from 2015 to 2019, which isn't a lot, but it's something. Next, in 2013, we had a show called Out in Science, which was a series launched by the Gladstone, which showcased the lives and careers of LGBTQ scientists. In 2013, again, the APA updated transgender classifications, removing the term gender identity disorder and replacing it with gender dysphoria. Hold on, I actually have the page. Yes, I have the page right here. Gender dysphoria. I love this book. I absolutely love this book. I want to get the official version of the DSM-5 eventually. It's expensive though. It's like $100. And though I have a job, it's expensive, and I'm trying to move out. So, all right. Next, the United States legalizes same-sex marriage on June 26th, 2015. The U.S. Supreme Court strikes down all state bans on same-sex marriage, legalizing same-sex marriage in all 50 states. Then, in 2016, the USCF released the gold standard guidelines of trans healthcare, where essentially this has been the most widely referenced guide among healthcare professionals and academics. Yeah, this was a really big one for trans healthcare in America. Next, reversal of transgender protections. This was a bad one. I'm pretty sure this was done by like the Trump administration, but it was the reversal of transgender protections 5 years after the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission ruled to include transgender people as a protected minority group under the 1964 Civil Rights Act. The decision was reversed by the Department of Justice, leaving transgender people vulnerable to employment discrimination. That's not a good thing. I'm glad that a lot of the times I'm lucky to work in a place where my bosses aren't transphobic douchebags. Not everybody is that lucky though, and I hope we can fix that one day. Next, on November 7th, 2017, the first openly transgender U.S. state representative was elected. Danica Rome ran for a seat in the Georgia. No, I read the Virginia General Assembly and won, becoming the first transgender person to be elected and openly serve in any U.S. state legislature. Awesome. Next, in 2018, the Gladstone Center for HIV Cure Research launched the Gladstone launched the Center for HIV Cure Research with the goal to identify, reduce, and control latent HIV reservoirs to allow infected individuals to discontinue antiretroviral therapy eventually. In 2018, the Gladstone introduced the LGBTQ community group to provide visibility, advocacy, mentorship, and social opportunities for LGBTQ people in the community. And then April 9th, 2019. April 9th, 2019, in honor of the International Transgender Day of Visibility, the Gladstone hosted the 3 accomplished scientists to present their research and explain how it relates to better understanding the biology of gender and health disparities in the transgender community. On the source for it, there's actually a video that goes along with this, which I think is a pretty good one. You should go watch that. This is actually the thumbnail of that video. Next, the U.S. Supreme Court ruling expanded protections for LGBTQ employees. Pretty awesome. Which this happened on June 15th, 2020. In a historic decision, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the 1964 Civil Rights Act protects gay, lesbian, and transgender employees from discrimination based on sex. So basically just took that thing that I just mentioned a little bit ago and said, fuck that. On February 2nd, 2021, Pete Buttigieg was named the U.S. Secretary of Transportation, becoming the first openly gay non-acting member of the United States Cabinet and the first openly gay person confirmed by the Senate to a cabinet position. Next, on August 17th, 2021, a multidisciplinary group of research from the Gladstone Institutes, Scripps Research Florida, and Whale Commonwealth Medicine received a $26.5 million grant from the National Institute of Health to form the HIV obstruction by programmed epigenetics collaboratory. Yeah, that was hard for me to say. And then this is a sad one to end on, but because I couldn't find anything else directly stated afterwards. Honestly, I don't know why this was on the timeline, because this is a very bad one that nobody likes. On March 28th, 2022, Florida signed into legislation the Don't Say Gay bill, which forbids instruction on sexual orientation and gender identity in kindergarten through 3rd grade, which I strongly dislike. So, alright. In conclusion, if you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe and turn on the notifications to get notified for future uploads. I liked how today's video was a bit longer than usual. I usually do like 10 to 12 minutes longs or so, but today was like 20 minutes. Probably gonna cut it down a little bit. I stuttered a little bit in certain areas, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Coming soon, next week, we're going to be doing a video on different third genders from different cultures throughout history. All right. But also I want to talk about something. After this month is over, I do have plans to start doing only one educational video a month. Basically, it's not that I don't enjoy doing it every week. It's mostly that I want to be able to research the topics a whole lot more to make a more big video. And I feel like editing takes a while. And I think I need to stop uploading on... I think I need to stop recording the videos on the exact same day that I upload them. Because that really doesn't give me a lot of time to edit them. But essentially, a few things I want to ask. Please comment below any topic ideas that you have, but also any kind of videos that I should do on top of the educational videos. The educational videos definitely take the longest out of any of them, but I would like to expand the genres that I record on this channel. So if you have any recommendations for what I should do, I'm probably not going to go back to doing gaming videos on this channel. I still plan on starting a second channel for gaming videos. If you're interested in that, I probably will be starting that sometime later next month. But if you have any suggestions, I have a few ideas, such as I want to do videos where I look at Reddit memes on different subreddits, like the trans subreddit, the egg IRL subreddit, stuff like that, which I think would be really cool. But yeah, that is all for today. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. See you guys next week, where we'll be going over the different third genders from around the world throughout history. See you guys later. What the... It didn't stop.